Hey there, BookTube. Welcome back to my channel. In 2017, my reading goal is 102 books. That is 6 times 17. And as I read, I share short reviews of each book, 3 at a time, in a series called A Closer Book. Today, we're up to books 49 to 51, and I will tell you a short review of what I thought of each book. Book number 49 was How to Lie with Statistics by Darrell, Huff. I chose this book because it was recommended by Bill Gates. If you don't follow Bill Gates's blog, then maybe you don't know that he's an avid reader, and every year he takes a reading vacation, which is something that I also try to do. And every year he publishes a list of books that stood out to him in one way or another, both fiction and nonfiction. This small book was published in 1954, so some of the examples that are included in this book are a little outdated, but the information is still really solid. The author shows how we can represent data to tell a story, and also gives examples to show how marketers and politicians and media houses and just about anyone can use that to their advantage to tell a story, to tell the story that you want your audience to hear. If you've taken a basic statistics course, then you know that there are 3 different ways to find average: mean, median, and mode, and that those 3 different methods can arrive at 3 potentially very different answers. So it is incorrect to assume that when a person says average that you know which method they're using, and so you know exactly how they have arrived at their answer. So you can use that to your advantage to either underrepresent or overrepresent data. He talks about the frequency of reporting, how that can influence a person's perspective as well. Like a newspaper that always represents crime statistics might tend to skew their readers' thought that crime is on the rise. Where if a different media house chose not to represent those crimes, then the reader might tend to believe that all is well with the world. This was a very interesting book to read, and even though I had to adjust for the out-of-date examples, I still found it to be pretty entertaining. The author presented the information in a very humorous way. I actually took this book with me to the gym and read it while I was on the treadmill a couple of mornings, and I enjoyed it, so I gave this a 3-star rating. Book number 50 was this part memoir, part self-help book by Glozell, who is a YouTube extraordinaire. Her book, entitled Is You Okay?, is a catchphrase on her YouTube channel, and the book is all green just like her character. I wasn't a really big YouTube consumer for a really long time, but I first heard about Glozell when I was out doing a book signing for my book last year, and someone compared me to Glozell, and I was like, who's that? So when I came home, I looked her up and I was enthralled by her channel. She's an atypical YouTube star because you don't expect people perhaps of her age and background to be YouTube sensations, but she's used this channel and become so successful. During her YouTube career, she's interviewed President Obama, she's interviewed a former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. She draws millions of younger fans, millions of young fans, to her brand of comedy. And this memoir / advice book tells her story as boldly as she is, and lets you know in no uncertain terms who she is and why she is, and how she followed her dreams to become the entertainer that she is, how she used the platform that was available to her to become the person that she wanted to be. And I thought that was so interesting and inspirational. In her book, she quotes Malcolm Gladwell and Steve Harvey, who are some of the people that I also read a lot from, which was enough to validate her advice in my opinion. So this was a really inspirational read for me, especially since I'm a new, probably atypical YouTuber myself. And so overall, I liked reading parts of her story, and I thought that the book was pretty inspirational, but there wasn't anything groundbreaking about it. The groundbreaking part is who she is, not what the book was. And so in the end, I rated it 3 stars. And then finally, because I have been reading a lot of Seth Godin's books recently, I picked up We Are All Weird: The Rise of Tribes and the End of Normal by Seth Godin. This was book number 51 in my reading this year. In this one, he differentiates between mass, normal, weird, and rich. Mass, he says, is mass marketing, mass majority, the conveyor belt idea that we use to become efficient as a society, as an industry. Normal, he says, are the people who are in that mass, the people that we focus on when we produce those mass marketed, mass produced items. Weird, he says, are the people who do not want to be in that region, the people who want to stand out for one reason or another, the people who gravitate towards brand new ideas and are always looking for the next weird thing, the people who don't fit the majority and who do not want to conform to those masses. Rich, he says, is what gives a person the opportunity to make that choice to be weird in the first place. So the battle in the marketplace is between the masses and the weird, because what appeals to the mass won't appeal to the weird, and the prices that rich weird are prepared to pay for things the masses are not looking to spend for the same product that they could get mass produced elsewhere for cheaper. So this is something that you have to consider if you're going to business. What demographic are you planning to target? Are you planning to mass produce and make cheap products that will have a strong base that will appeal to the majority of your population? Or are you looking to make specialized products that only appeal to a small sector but that are so attractive to them that they'll be willing to pay more for it? I thought that this was a really interesting read, that this was a really great idea. Godin's message about embracing individuality in yourself and in others, I think, is a really important one to read, but this was not a great book. In other books that I've read from this author, he's talked about setting deadlines and honoring those time commitments, whatever the outcome. So I felt like this was one of those examples where the book hadn't quite made it past the draft stage, but someone decided to hit print anyway because the deadline was looming. And so in the end, I rated this 2 stars, even though I liked some of the information that was presented here. So that's it. That's a closer book at 3 of my most recent reads. Thanks for watching my video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss any of my future videos. And let's chat in the comments about any of these books if you've read them, or any of the authors if you're interested in them. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.